Hello, I see lots of people on social media bemoaning the fact that they find it difficult to shape new chords. And the reason for this, well, one of the reasons, is that your fingers aren't particularly biddable. You try and instruct them to take up the required position and they just don't seem to hear your instructions, right? This is because your brain isn't used to giving instructions to your fingers individually, especially if you're right-handed. The fingers of your left hand normally act together, you're grasping or waving or whatever. Now, if you just doggedly push on learning new chords, you will eventually start to develop some independence in your left hand fingers and it will get easier. But that involves an awful lot of struggle, which isn't much fun. And also it's unbalanced because you end up giving all the attention to your fingers that are the two strongest fingers anyway, which means four finger chords will always be feel a bit tricky because fingers 3 and 4 never get enough action to become properly independent. So there is a shortcut. It doesn't require very much of an investment of time, 5-10 minutes a day on independence exercises for the fingers of the left hand. All you need, there are gazillions of these, I'll just show you 3. All you need is a ukulele and a metronome. Don't buy a metronome. There's apps. The one I use is bundled in for free in the Guitar Tuner app by Musician, but you use any. And a metronome will leverage these exercises in a big way. So it's well worth the trouble. So I'll show you the first exercise. One finger per fret. We start with the 4th finger on the 4th fret. So it's all on the 1st string, and we just play. And you see how that works the weakest 2 fingers hardest. It wants to be relaxed. You don't want to be flapping your fingers away. If you just want your fingers to, when your finger comes off the string, is to just clear it by a few millimeters. You don't want to be flapping away. If that's a problem, there are exercises. That's about relaxation. You achieve that efficiency by having a relaxed left hand. So once you've learned the pattern, do it to a metronome. Like that. And the metronome keeps you honest and makes you accurate. And you can play it on all the strings, of course. Once you've done it on the 1st string, you do it on the other 3, and that there is your first independence exercise for the fingers of the left hand. And because it's all along one string, it's easy for the right hand. Doesn't matter. I'm using my thumb. You can use a pick or your fingers or whatever. It doesn't matter. Teeth. So that's the first one. The second one involves 2 strings. So you start off on the 2nd string, 1st fret like that. And then you play 1st string, 2nd fret, and so on up. And then reverse the pattern, so you start on the 1st string. So the whole thing is. And again, once you've learned the pattern, danger with these things is if you play them for long enough, you start to develop a modern jazz sensibility, and starts to sound like, you know, music you enjoy. The last one is you play 2 fingers on 1 fret. So the first finger starts off on the 4th string on 1st fret like that. Second finger plays on the next string along on the same fret. So, and you keep the first finger in position until it's time to move and play on the second string. This is all on the 1st fret, and then the second finger slips underneath. So the whole thing, nice and slow. And once you've got that on the 1st fret, you use your middle 2 fingers, and on the 2nd fret. And then the last 2 fingers on the 3rd fret. And that one, because it's these 2 fingers, they need lots of practice. You can go all the way up. And those are your 3 independence exercises for the left hand. And if you do 5 or 10 minutes of that kind of thing every day, you will find your left hand fingers become more biddable. When you meet a new chord diagram, you will be able to instruct your fingers to take up the required position, and they will do as they're told.